Hello and welcome everybody to my channel, the Slugs and Spuds Growing Plot. It's another lovely sunny day. I'm having a lazy week though this week. So I thought I have got a lot to do, but I think I'll have to wait till Saturday because I don't drive. I need a lot of things that are getting far too big. They really need to go out. I'll show you in a little while. Sorry. I need Andy to lift me to the allotment with a lot of stuff. So yeah, this week I've just been busy watering the back garden and weeding and things. I did nip to the plot on Tuesday night. We took Connor to his karate lesson and Andy lifted me with some water because I'm really struggling for water at the allotment. I've only got 2 wheelie bins and they're virtually empty. They've got half a foot of water that I can't actually physically reach unless I dangle upside down to reach it. So it lifted me up there with 2 big containers and we just watered stuff while we were there. So we'll be doing that again this Saturday. Yeah, so anyway, I thought I'll just take this quiet moment to just have a little bit of a heart-to-heart with you. It's not doom and gloom or anything because, you know, it's good news having a garden, having an outdoor space, isn't it? So, you know, it's a good thing, I'm going to be saying, but I'm going to tell you the reasons why my garden and my allotment plot are so important to me. I'm an outdoor person and I love being outside, so first off, if I'm cooped up for too long indoors, I start literally climbing the walls. You know, I need to be outdoors in nature, even if it's just to go out and sit in my garden and just look at the plants, you know, just to get away from the house. I can't really explain that, that's just me personally. And the allotment it's become a deeper reason why the allotment's important to me. I don't know where to begin really. I think a lot of it, I'm glad I've got it because of these past few years, and there's been, you know, rumours of food shortages and things like that, and it's important to try and grow your own things and things like that. Partly that is why it's important to me, to learn if we ever get to the stage of really struggling, to have established methods of growing and things like that, you know, and be able to provide some of the food at least for the family. I know if it gets really bad, we'll probably just have people nipping over the fence and nicking it anyway, but whatever you've grown, you know, but you know that you've got to prepare sometimes, even if things don't turn out that way, that, you know, the food shortages are not going to go the way that some people are saying or anything. I don't want to get political or anything like that, but so that's one angle of it. The other angle of why it's so important to me to grow my own food is because I have psoriasis, which is an autoimmune disease, and the things that they can provide for you at the doctors are no good. They do not work. I have it on my scalp, so you know, it's not like I can use creams or anything like that, and what they gave me anyway stinks. It stinks like you've been burning. So a lot of these autoimmune diseases, people are saying you can fix it by what you eat, so eat less processed foods and things like that. So, you know, there's that to it as well. I used to have a very bad relationship with food when I was younger. It started off with certain people's unkind comments. I used to keep myself really physically fit, but if there's any way to be unhealthily fit, I was it, because I went overboard. It became too much of an obsession, so much so I used to go on a rowing machine every day for at least 1 hour, besides going on a treadmill and you know, cycling and things like that. And if I didn't go on this rowing machine every day, you know, I'd get on it and then I'd burst into tears because I didn't want to do it. You know, it became that bad. But before that, I'm probably rambling now, but before that I had the bad relationship with food, because I used to keep myself physically fit, and as soon as I didn't do it so much, I did put on a little bit of weight, but not much. When I look back at the pictures, you know, and people were calling me chunky and fat, I look back now and think, no, I wasn't. Why would this, how could they say that? But once it was in my head, that was it, and I started having an eating disorder which got really out of hand. You know, I'd skip 3 days at a time, eat the 4th day, skip another 3 days at a time. So my relationship with food was absolutely awful at one point, and then I just swapped it for the over exercising and eating as little as, only enough to only just cover the amount of exercising I was doing. So I hope you're keeping up with me. I hadn't really thought out what I was wanting to tell you, but so eating healthy food, I've come to realise, because it took me 40 years probably to get comfortable in my own skin, and I've come to realise that being healthy, you know, not being thin, my genetics were never going to make me a twig, you know, so just being healthy is the most important thing. And how many years ago, about 3 years ago, I did have bladder cancer as well, you know, so and that got removed, luckily, all of it gone. So as well, the more I've looked into it, the more I've seen on other people's YouTube videos stories of how they've changed their lives with, you know, different things like cancer, diabetes, all kinds of things through the food. And that is what I aim to get out of my plot, to grow herbs that support the immune system and things like that, to eat healthy food that hasn't got chemicals on it and goodness knows what, you know, so there's that. So, but it's good news, because it, you know, it makes me happy. I'm outside, I've overcome all those things, and yeah. So another part of having the allotment is the exercise that you get. You're getting fit without even realising it. The same as when you go for a walk and you're just enjoying the scenery rather than, well, I know some people count the steps, but I enjoy a walk for having a walk's sake, and, you know, looking at beautiful scenery. So the same with the allotment. I'm exercising and I'm not thinking, you know, I've got to complete 3 or 4 hours of exercise a day, you know, in an unhealthy way. So, and you use all different parts of your body, you know, it's just a nicer way to keep fit, you know, than it being an obsession, because I am a bit of an all or nothing kind of person, I suppose. You know, so now I just don't think of it, and my weight kind of is stable, it stays about the same. So that's, you know, a good thing. I'm not aiming to be a stick anymore. I don't care if I'm chunky anymore. Like I said, it's just about being healthy, being able to do the things that you do enjoy, being able to go for a walk up mountains and things like that. And I know, like, age takes its toll anyway, and those things will come to a stop one day, but enjoy it while you can. Enjoy being outside, have fun with what you're doing, have fun with growing. I love seeing things grow, whether it's animals, you know, any kind of creature, or plants. I suppose it's having that nurturing nature, you know, to be able to nurture something that, and you can see it growing and, you know, getting better and stronger, and, you know, all those kinds of things. So I hope that didn't come across as doom and gloom anyway, because it's not to me. It's not a doom and gloom story. It's a good ending, because I've got to this place in my life now where my garden's getting how I want it. I've got a growing space on a plot with lovely people. You know, I can share it with my son. My son gets involved in the growing and things. He's sometimes reluctant. He's not keen. He just loves his Xbox, and that's it really. But see, we used to grow things in our back garden with my dad when I was little, and then as I grew, I had no interest in gardening whatsoever, nothing. And then I've gravitated back towards it as a, you know, middle-aged adult. So, you know, there's hope for him. So yeah, so if you could comment, why is your garden or why is your allotment important to you? It could be not as deep and meaningful as mine. It could be just as simple as you love to be outside, or, you know, maybe it's similar for you. You just want good, organic, healthy food that you want to eat. So I'd love to hear from you anyway. So anyway, today I'm going to just have a quick little nosy in the greenhouse, see what desperately needs to go to the allotment. Yeah, I don't know if to risk going this afternoon, but if I get there and I feel awful, we've got to pedal all the way back home. Anyway, I'll show you now what's going on. So I've got, my greenhouse is even more untidy than ever. So all these beetroots, spring onions, that's actually the first batch of spring onions. I've got some more down there on that shelf. They desperately need to be planted out. The leeks, the red popping corn, now the leaves on this are going a bit red, so I'm presuming it's getting a bit stressed. Don't know, does anybody know? The tomatoes are looking alright, but all the, you know, the cucumbers, there's more pumpkins, the loofahs and things like that, they're getting too big really for the pots, so I need to sort those. I could get the canners out into the back garden. I've already put some of them out, but this is just some more. So there's more red popping corn on this shelf. As you can see, some of them have barely got any soil whatsoever. Yeah, so I've not got time to be putting up with this cack. I've got time to be ill. I spent half the morning squashing aphids all over this strawberry tree. It's really sticky where they've been nibbling, and it's full of sap. Maybe that's why it didn't give me any fruit last year, I'm not sure, but it's looking a lot healthier this year than it did last year. It's got a lot of new growth on it this time. Oh, this foxglove here, I'm hoping all those ones that I uprooted and took to the allotment and planted near the shed, I'm hoping of this colour, this white alba. Because I just think in a shady place, white flowers really ping out, you know. These shield bug eggs are still there, they've not hatched out yet, but I think I may remove them just in case, because when I looked on the internet and it said the one that was here laying them at the time, it said that that was the common shield bug and doesn't do much damage, but look out for the green shield bug, which is an import. But I've got an insect book that says that the one that was on this leaf is the green shield bug, and has that little brown triangle at the back. On the internet it was a completely green shield bug, so I'm confused, but I think I'm not going to risk it. Or should I just leave them? It's only going to be a few, innit? You know, how much damage are they going to do? I do find shield bugs in my garden every year, and I've never bothered with them at all. Oh, I'm going to leave them. Let them live. You can't go around killing everything, can you? I don't like to anyway, because bugs are important. No, by all means, if they're decimating a plant, get rid of them, but you know, is it just me that's praying for rain? I get a bit stressed when it's not rained for this long. It feels like it's been at least a month. I only get stressed because of the plants though. This is what I mean. Gardening's not all like, ooh, I'm having a jolly time. It can cause a bit of stress as well, because you put so much time and effort into growing things, and then a few scorching hot days, everything can go belly up. You know, last year everything did look terrible. You know, some plants like this ligularia over here, that hates getting too hot. As soon as the sun's on it, and you know, that's why it's in an area that does get at least part shade. As soon as it gets too hot, it starts drooping. The same with the, I think it's an umbrella plant above that hosta over there, if you can see it. You see the red mushroom ornament, and then the hosta, and then I call it an umbrella plant. I've taken cuttings of some of the plants that are in the chickens bit over there, because they are destroying it all. You know, things that they weren't initially interested in, they are, I thought they just know that it's poisonous or something like that, but they are slowly destroying it. My dad used to have chickens, or when I was a toddler. I don't remember, but he said his back garden was literally like a desert. There wasn't one blade of grass, so I knew what to expect really, but I can't not let them out. I want happy chickens, you know. So we decided to come. I managed to just bring that bottle of water just to, I don't know, we should get it. Pumpkins maybe, and the peas. We've actually got pea pods they're growing, so I think I might pour that on those and the pumpkins. Everybody else will have to wait till Saturday. And I brought me 3D printed joins for my fruit cage. I found the file, the 3D file, on Thingiverse, so just in case, chance in a million they're watching this, thank you to whoever designed this. So my poles are 2 centimetres, and they've allowed for 1 millimetre outer wall of the pole, but just in case they're a bit too slack, I brought my sellotape, and I brought some foam tape as well, just to make sure they're really secure. They're made out of PLA plastic, which doesn't fare well in hot temperatures. It's got a low melting point, and it doesn't fare well in like UV rays or wet weather. So I don't know how long they'll last, but they are really sturdy at the minute. But if it gets really hot, they might just melt and everything. It'll just go. Wow, that is a really good fit, that. Somebody's good at designing. Yes.
It's not you.
Huh?
It's not you that's good at
No, I'm not
designing.
designed it. I thought they'd be a little bit slack, to be honest. Okay, so I've just loosely put it up. I'm actually 2 pieces missing, so I'll probably find some of them somewhere. It's only going to be cheap, innit? So it's wafted about and whatnot, but yeah, I just wanted to see what it would look like, really. And I got really aggravated working on that and keep getting stuck on the brambles at the back. I'm sick of cutting it back, so yeah, I've got myself in a mood actually. Because I'm in pain anyway. I can do without getting brambles stuck down my nails and whatnot. I've just temporarily put some felt down the back just to stop the brambles a little bit. Right, Connor's done a little bit. so I'm just going to do a little bit of weeding and then we're going to go home, I think. So I've concentrated on getting the big weeds out from between the fruit bushes. There's still lots of weeding to do, but at least the big ones are gone and not sucking up all those nutrients and water that they need. So, and Connor's done other little bits between the other plants. Mainly I have problems with thistle on here, they just grow enormous. And creeping buttercup, that's another one, and bramble as well. Those are my 3 things that keep popping up everywhere and really hard to get rid of, but I'm just going to keep picking it and keep weakening it, and hopefully things will get better and better. So we're off home now. Those foxgloves turned out to just be purple ones, which I'm a bit disappointed really, but the bees will still love them. And they're loving the delphiniums as well. I'm not sure when to pick that. I think I might pick some. Yeah, I'm ready to go home now. Have I got anything else out? Where's my scissors? Oh, they're in there.